Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. In the short term, we're going to see max pain. This coming from Nick Crypto Crusader here. And by the end of the year, all of this will be noise. I am still expecting the alt season and the bull run to continue. I highlighted this a little bit in this morning's video, guys. Here, let me bring Bitcoin back on the chart. Right now, as at the time of this recording, we're still hovering in and around $57,000. We are seeing a bit of a recovery for Bitcoin. The sentiment in the space is very negative, I got to admit. Nick Crypto Crusader noticing the same. People are assuming that this, Bitcoin move is a double top and that, we've already peaked for this bull run. There is so much to suggest that it is still just the beginning. I've taken it upon myself to do twice the amount of research I think that I did before in the last bull run. I think I was just getting caught up in the hype. I was really focused on the YouTube channel, and I missed my opportunity. I mean, I did cash out of some of my cryptocurrency. I don't think I cashed out of enough. I guess the benefit was that I was able to purchase a lot more cryptocurrency, so I really upped my position. My XRP position basically tripled, so I was happy about that. But I don't want to make the same mistakes twice, and so if you guys want to see what I'm doing this bull run, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. It is only $5 a month, and I'm going to be outlining my plan. So the plan for me, everybody's going to be different. It is not financial advice. It is not saying, hey, look, follow exactly what I'm doing. But I'm just letting you guys know what I'm going to be doing this bull run. What I can tell you here is that I'm diversifying into cryptocurrencies. I purchased about 18 different cryptocurrencies that are at pretty attractive price points, by the way, at this particular time, just because we have seen this retracement. And so that is part of my strategy. I'm going to be selling off some of my XRP. I'm also going to be talking about my targets for my Bitcoin, my Algorand, my Solana, my HBAR, and all the other cryptocurrencies that I hold. So for only $5 a month, you can follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. I personally think it's really good value for what you guys are getting. I'm probably going to be doing another live Q&A session very soon. So if you guys have questions, you can ask me directly. Also, just so you know, I do try to respond to all of my Patreon subscribers if they're asking me something. So if you do have a question, if you just want to pick my brain on something, you can send me a question too through the direct messaging channels over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. So yeah, I don't want to make the same mistake twice. I personally don't think that this is the top. I don't think, many people who have been in this space for as long as I have do think this is the top. We are expected to see that euphoria phase continue on. Right now, though, we are seeing the typical market correction, as Nick is saying here. The original move from March to May was 20% up. Typical bull market corrections are usually between 30 and 40%, and everyone is overreacting now. So that's the other thing we got to remember, right? This correction, guys, is nowhere near what we have seen in the past, okay? If we take it from the top there and even go down to the bottom, we are not even at 30% yet. We're only at 27.3% for this particular correction. And in the past, we have seen corrections much, much deeper. A 100,000 Bitcoin is certainly in the cards this time around. I remember the laser eyes from last cycle. Everybody was focusing on a $100,000 Bitcoin, and it didn't happen. And, in hindsight, looking at it, there were many factors to suggest that it wouldn't. But guys, hindsight 2020, every experience you get from the past, you should learn from in the future. And this is exactly why I started the Patreon. I want to be on top of it this cycle, and I think so far we're doing a pretty good job. This is the first major correction of the cycle so far, too, says Nick. There will be others, and it is healthy. Don't lose focus now. So that is the other big thing. The other thing that, I think people in the XRP community are losing focus on is XRP price appreciation. Right now, it's sitting in around 44 cents. Sitting in around 43.9. So, I mean, it's disappointing considering we haven't seen that kind of appreciation that we were hoping for. But, the other thing that I've learned being in XRP as long as I have, guys, I've been holding XRP since December 2017. I bought my first batch of XRP in and around 73, 74 cents. Right in and around here, I saw it go up. And I've been holding it ever since. I saw it come down. And then back in 2019, I took the opportunity to cost average down. So now my XRP is cost averaged at a really good price point. This doesn't bother me, seeing an XRP at 44 cents right now, because I know there is still a lot of potential for it to move up in the coming months and in the coming years. A good chunk of retail hates XRP, but has zero idea what the purpose of it is for. This coming from Tokenizer here on Twitter. They just hate it because their favorite influencers do. They likely don't know about, for example, Ripple's the only DLT in ISO 20022 RMG. XRP is actively being used by SBI Remit. And we got some new information, guys. Satoshi Nakamoto's book, Ripple and Waves, and that famous artist's image is now being printed on the 1,000 Japanese yen note. I did a video on that this morning, which I will link up here in the top right-hand corner. 5+ central banks on Ripple CBDC platform. XRP is one of the few with US regulatory clarity. XRP was used in R3's Corda settler for proof of concept. Is XRP a top performer in this space? Far from it price-wise, at least not right now, but when it comes to real-world use for finance, they've been leading the way for over a decade. If you're for the adoption of DLT technology, there's no reason to hate what Ripple has been doing. So a very good point here from Tokenizer on Twitter. The other cryptocurrencies that I find interesting that are part of my legacy portfolio are Algorand and Hedera HBAR. So I hold both of these particular coins as well. Well, Algorand and Hedera were tested by Sweden's central bank for retail CBDC solutions. This just came out today, guys. The Swedish Riksbank has reportedly subjected Algorand and Hedera to test for retail solutions for the e-Kronas project. In a report entitled Potential Climate Impact of Retail CBDC Models, Riksbank explored several aspects on the project, claiming it is designed as a token utilizing blockchain technology. According to the report, the Swedish e-Krona is being designed with three distinct models, namely a highly centralized design, a semi-centralized design, and a decentralized design. To access the potential electricity use of conceptual semi-centralized and decentralized designs of the e-Krona, Hedera was used to represent the model. As a private permissionless network, Hedera was the gatekeeping strategy applied to a network of a limited number of better actors. And guys, here's the example here. The access to the network is limited to these actors, thereby reducing the risk of external attacks. Each actor except the core host, okay, so in this example, the central bank, Riksbank, will only need to run and maintain systems that relate to their interfaces and services towards the customers as the Riksbank is hosting the core system. Hedera also constitutes a high transaction per second system. Hedera's protocol currently has 21 validators with a contemporary throughput of 48 transactions per second, and the max postulated sustainable system throughput is about 10,000 TPS. So that is big. The role of Algorand, too, is being highlighted here. For Algorand, Riksbank used it to represent the decentralized design. Algorand operates as a permissionless network where the participating actors are licensed as financial institutions and classified accordingly. This implies that each actor would have to run and host a larger system. The resilience of the model, to some extent, would be enhanced by the decentralized nature of the model. So two great solutions here, leveraging two different blockchain protocols, Hedera's HBAR for the actual e-Krona design and Algorand for the system behind it. Mixing and matching, looking for different ways to accomplish efficiency. Currently, about 130 countries, guys, representing 98% of the global GDP are exploring CBDCs, with 64 of them in the advanced phase so far. So CBDCs are coming. We already know this. And, all these countries are figuring out which company to use. So, the so-called dubbed ISO coins, or rather the projects that have complied to the ISO standards. Ripple was one of the first ones, but we know XLM is one too, Algorand, HBAR, and several others. Quant, I believe, is one as well, have already committed. And, they're almost kind of in a different league than many of these other cryptocurrencies. These ones are going to be adopted first. So far, 11 countries have launched a CBDC. China's expensive pilot has also reached about 260 million people. Interestingly, blockchain platforms like Hedera, Algorand, etc., have been used as the underlying technology for this operation. So two other projects that I really like very, very much. As you can see, they are being tested by Sweden's central bank right now for CBDC solutions. So some great news there coming out of Sweden when it comes to DLT technology, Algorand, and HBAR specifically. Sento Sumo Saba, guys, bringing this to our attention. The company Ripple is setting out to build and oversee the largest digital asset trading unit and DeFi ecosystem in crypto. She asks how develop infrastructure for digital and fiat assets, including derivatives, lending and on-chain liquidity seeding, and market making. Here you can see Ripple did put out a briefer. Ripple Trading and Markets Director, looking for a position in the UK. Ripple, we're building a world where value moves like information does today. It's big, it's bold, and we're already doing it. Through our crypto solutions for financial institutions, businesses, governments, and developers, we are improving the global financial system and creating greater economic fairness and opportunities for more people in more places around the world. And guys, they are just getting started. Here, for this position, Ripple is growing, and we're looking for exceptional individuals to help build and oversee the largest digital asset trading unit and DeFi ecosystem in crypto. So what they're doing, guys, they're leveraging the XRP ledger to create something else. Largest DeFi, so decentralized financial ecosystem in the world of crypto. This candidate will report to the EMEA head of trading and markets to help with the growth of operational excellence of Ripple's trading unit, managing organic and inorganic, and addressing the liquidity requisites integral to our success. So making sure that it does have enough liquidity, Think about it, guys. XRP will be the backbone for this liquidity if it does, in fact, run on the XRP ledger, which I'm 99% sure that it will. The ideal candidate for this role should have a proven track record for scaling traditional financial businesses effectively. They should possess executive presence to engage successfully with high-level leaders. Additionally, they must have a thorough understanding of technology, blockchain, and financial markets, along with strong analytical skills in these areas. So this is a job posting there for DeFi. And, the more interesting thing is that Ripple is, in fact, delving into this system, dubbing it the largest digital asset trading unit and DeFi ecosystem in crypto. That is their words, not ours. Yassine Mobarak down here saying, as a Ripple shareholder, that is great. As an XRP holder, the jury is still out. I disagree. I got to say, I think that, if they are looking to build this, it will be on the XRP ledger. I do think XRP will be used as that liquid asset that they can use for trades because, while they already foresee issues that are going to be surrounding this, liquidity requisites integral to our success. So, the person here has to be able to manage that accordingly. But they've already got the tools, guys. They've already got the ledger, the XRP ledger leveraging XRP. So that is some interesting news. Wanted to thank Sentosumo Saba for posting that. And yes, Michael, Lulu is a Ripple partner. This one courtesy of Michael Branch here. We recently got news that Ripple partner Visa was partnering up with Tangem. Well, when Visa does something, obviously MasterCard is paying attention and they have to follow suit. MasterCard and Lulu Group forge a multi-market partnership to drive sustainability, innovation, and efficiency in retail payments. So this just came out a few days ago. Following a decade-long partnership in the retail sector, MasterCard and Lulu Group, which is another Ripple partner, join hands to foster sustainability, innovation, and efficiency in payments across multiple markets, extending across 6 markets, including Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, the UAE, and now Saudi Arabia. The partnership will see an integration of MasterCard's expertise into Lulu Group's operations, advancing efficiency, scale, and data-driven decision-making. Projects that will benefit from the collaboration include a variety of sustainable initiatives, co-branded credit card portfolios, and innovative technology enhancements. The partnership will introduce revamped features and benefits such as digital in-store transactions and more cashless experiences. So that is, a big push towards cashless. I'm finding that, a lot of these organizations are doing that, as well as personalized rewards and generous cashback offers on spends at Lulu stores. Being piloted for the first time, Lulu will also deploy the MasterCard Next Gen Point of Interaction, or the POI solution, allowing its customers to make cardless payments at its self-checkout counters. And guys, here's a quote: "We are delighted to embark on this transformative journey with Lulu Group, a valued partner who shares our vision for the more sustainable and inclusive future. Our partnership will enable us to enhance the MasterCard co-branded card, or credit card rather, experience and support Lulu in leveraging technology and innovation to boost their offerings." And all this innovation, guys, is happening in the Middle East. So specifically in these countries that I named off here. But guys, the company does continue to offer a portfolio of co-branded credit cards partners featuring companies in the UAE, like Abu Dhabi Commercial Bank in Oman, the Bank Muscat, Credit Max in Bahrain, Doha Bank in Qatar, Emirates NDB in the UAE as well, and Gulf Bank in Kuwait. So they're expanding in Saudi Arabia currently. The partnership is off to a good start. It is interesting to note that MasterCard is also connected to Ripple as well as Lulu Group, so 2 Ripple partners focusing on and committed to the innovation and efficiency in retail payments specifically. And considering it's in the Middle East, you got to remember all these countries do have their own fiat currencies, so the rails have to be liquid and the rails have to be efficient for people in these countries to be able to transact cross-border. So some great news there. Wanted to thank Michael for posting that. Just remember, guys, Ripple is all part of the plan. And JP Morgan knows it, reminding us of that. Ashley Prosper here with this. Okay, she retweeted out a tweet that she posted back in 2022. You remember this one? Brad Garlinghouse discussing the 15 senior JP Morgan executives in his office. Well, here's a bit of a refresher if you guys don't remember. Listen to this.
When we talk about Jamie Dimon, we first have to recognize where he sits. He sits at the top of the global financial infrastructure. There are a few banks, of which JPM is certainly one, that make billions and billions of dollars of profit by virtue of that perch. 99.9% of banks don't make money in this ecosystem in terms of cross-border payments. Jamie Dimon makes a technical term of a shit ton of money by sitting there. So when I hear Jamie Dimon saying it's a fraud, I think to myself, well, of course he's going to say that. And by the way, there's also people who conspiratorially, he's trying to talk down the price of Bitcoin so JPM can buy it. Like the idea that JP Morgan isn't actively working in the blockchain and Bitcoin space is not true. Frankly, I don't mind sharing. There are about 15 senior JP Morgan people at Ripple's offices this afternoon. Now, unless JP Morgan's going to fire them.
Does JP Diamond know that?
Apparently not. Anyway, so look, that's my thought on the whole JP Diamond thing. I do think there are people who are going to say this is, in the same manner, a very smart investor said to me, in 1997, the whole West Coast was long Amazon and the whole East Coast was shorting Amazon. We saw how that worked out. And his point was basically, look, the West Coast is obviously bullish and, there's some that are very cynical about these things and, we'll see how it works out. On the risk factor, just very briefly, because I don't want to go on too long, but I think what we have to remind ourselves is this has to come back to utility. What problem is the digital asset solving? If it's solving a real problem and it's creating value by solving that problem, then there will be value in the token.
It all comes back to having value in the token. So again and again, the tokens that have value, guys, the tokens that solve problems, this is why we're seeing these companies partnering up with Ripple. They want to use XRP. They want to leverage a superior cryptocurrency to solve problems that they're currently experiencing in business. This is why we're seeing all this development. On top of which, guys, Smoke, bringing this to our attention is this confirmation that Ripple and Stellar are both for institutions. Now, he just noticed this in a BNP Paribas blockchain overview presentation. Ripple and Stellar are both classified as open protocols for institutions. So for institutions specifically, not for retail, for institutions. Here's the overview here, the history, the proof of concept, feedback go live again from BNP Paribas, who is a confirmed Ripple partner. And here they mention, I guess this is from their website here, just from a flow chart, open protocols for institutions. They mention Ripple here, a consensus-based protocol designed specifically for existing financial institutions, supplementing existing processing and directing support fiat currencies. Lead use cases are international payments and interfinancial institutional settlements. So Ripple and XRP for institutions, as well as Stellar, a Ripple derivative financial focus, validation, distributed consensus, latency 2 seconds. The currency is the Stellar Lumens on network only, issuance 100 billion, and then 1% issued PA. So here we have BNP Paribas saying that XRP and XLM are institutional assets that retail was essentially lucky enough to access. Remember, guys, only 1.78% of XRP supply is available to retail holders. I recently just did a video on this, which I will link up here in the top right-hand corner if you guys didn't catch it. So then it gets me wondering, when Ripple and XRP were called out and being sued by the SEC, could that have been part? And I feel like, at this point in time, we're all kind of realizing that, these guys had a plan from the beginning. Well, I think this could just be more proof that that is the case. Mr. Mann here bringing this to our attention. This conversation by a Harvard legal team was getting hot and divulges that they had known about the Ripple SEC case all the way back in 2019. Okay, well, the XRP Ripple case was announced in 2020. So if this was a clip from 2019, that would be a bit strange, would you not say? That's possibly a year prior to the actual case. What's even more interesting is the fact that the video ends abruptly while he is speaking. Guys, let me play you a clip. Listen to this.
I think kind of more specific, but I think in 2019 or within the probably next 2 years or so, there's going to be a case, going to be a test case of whether or not like the application of Howey to legitimate non-fraud token sales and token projects that are legitimate use cases that's not in question, and whether or not how these steps apply. And so far, we've had a lot of guidance, a lot of statements, a lot of settlements against small projects that weren't really doing much. But noticeably, there has not been any of the key projects that we talk about a lot and which everyone knows. None of them have been signed up to any of these regulatory regimes. They're still in this gray area.
But you notice he was almost foreshadowing what was going to happen in the future. I'm just going to play you guys a clip of that again.
But I think in 2019 or within the probably next 2 years or so, there's going to be a case, going to be a test case of whether or not like the application of Howey to legitimate non-fraud token sales.
The application of Howey is going to be applied to a token case, a non-fraud legitimate case of token sales. Guys, this is basically outlining the biggest cryptocurrency case in history before it even happened. So was it planned all along? Did Mr. Mann just uncover a bombshell? The entire video is here. I will leave this in the description of the video for you guys. I mean, it makes sense if Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan have Gary Gensler in their back pocket. You know what Brad Garlinghouse was saying all those years ago? Those 15 senior JP Morgan executives were in his office. They know XRP is going to be part of this new financial system, and they don't know how to stop it. They've tried tooth and nail, but guys, it does not look like they're succeeding. That is just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.